It amazes me. How many people have the yin and yang tattoo and have no idea what that means? Like, nothing out. And so the battle between masculinity and femininity, damn. Masculine, femininity. Masculine and feminine. I don't want to do masculine and femininity. What's the fucking word? Hold on, give me a second. That's wild. I had a brain fart right then. Femininity. Say it.
Femininity.
Femininity. I thought I was bugging. Okay, femininity. Femininity. Say it one more time.
Femininity.
Femininity. Anyway. The battle between masculine and femininity on the World Wide Web, the worldwide social media web, it's painful to watch. Because humans equate their PPs to the two energies. That's not how that works. Femininity and masculinity is an energy. It's all in the head. It's not down here. Look up. You know what I'm saying? Look up. It's a mindset. It's not your dick. It's not your pussy. All right? But the simple-mindedness of people, what they hear, M, masculine, male. F, femininity, female. And then that's it. And though in a sense it's correct, in the sense of if you want to yin and yang, get female, male, is not literally gender. It is a mindset. It is a energy, okay? Just like both genders have estrogen and testosterone. Depending on your gender, you lean one way. But you have both because the other serves its purpose, okay? You just don't go around just in the estrogen. You just don't go around just in testosterone, okay? This is the mindset, all right? So, with that being said, that means you're code switching. Everywhere you go, you're code switching. You're code switching your energies, all right? When you're going to work, you're in your masculine energy. When you going home and about to light up and smoke up real quick, you about to be in your feminine energy. When you about to cuss out customer service because they overcharged you, you in your masculine energy. When you talking on the phone with your loved ones, you are in your feminine energy. When you about to go over there and kick some ass in some sports, you're in your masculine energy. When you are going to therapy, you are in your feminine energy. That's all that is. That is all there is. In life, you are on a seesaw and you are constantly balancing, and then you are constantly code switching from one energy to the other. That's it. It ain't your dick and it ain't your pussy. All right? All right? So bear with me, all right? So, because sometimes maybe I just need a buffer. And then sometimes I know what I'm saying, just in case, you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. I like to talk, to chat, to, to put it into words what I'm saying, to translate so other people understand what I'm saying, just in case they don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me put these glasses on. I got 20/20 vision. Well, at least that's what I had 20 years ago. I got to go get that checked out. Anyway, so let's talk about masculinity and femininity. All right, chat goes, absolutely. What direction you want to go with? The energy types, not about gender, more about traits. Masculine energy, direction, structure, decisiveness, protection, logic, leadership. Feminine, flow, intuition, creativity, nurturing, sensual, god damn, sensuality. Okay. Receiving. I really don't need to be wearing these glasses. I just want to wear them anyway. So, masculine energy types. Masculine energy is about direction, order, clarity, and action. These types can exist in anyone, not tied to a gender. The leader, attentive, makes decision quickly, confident in directions. Example, a person who steps up when a group is stuck and organizes a plan. Second, the protector stands for others, offers safety and reassurance, set boundaries. Someone who walks you to your car, speaks up if someone disrespected you. Third, the provider, the long-term focus on stability, resources, solutions, handle logistics. So example, a friend who pays bills without making it weird, or plans a whole trip because they want everyone good. The warrior, resilient, pushes through difficulty, doesn't get shaken easily. Someone who stays calm during chaos and handles problems directly. The strategist, logical, analytical, sees patterns and consequences, makes efficient plans. Example, the one who compares prices, checks reviews, and finds the most effective opportunity. So let's get to the feminine energies, all right? Y'all bearing with me. Y'all probably don't care about all this stuff, but y'all need to know what the fuck y'all talking about. Feminine energy is about flow, sensation, intuition, and expression. It's not passive. It's a powerful and different ways. The nurturer, warm, comforting, supporting, great listener, makes people feel safe emotionally. The friend everyone calls when they're sad because she brings peace. The muse, inspiring, magnetic, creative, expressive, embodies beauty and artistry. Example, the person who walks in the room inspires others without trying. Third, the sensualist. I probably said that wrong. Connected to body, feeling pleasure, moves softness and allure, embodies vixen or confident feminine energy, someone who talks in a gentle tone, moves and intentionally embraces self-care, perfume, soft clothing, intuitive, dyslexive, okay, intuitive, reads energy easily, observant, guided by gut feelings. The person who can tell someone is lying when something is off without proof. The creator, birth ideas, passions, new abilities, expressions, emotions, art, words, movement, whatever. Example, a person who decorates a space beautifully or turns small moments into experience. Masculine, direction, structure. Feminine, emotional expansion. Think masculine says we're going this way. Feminine, here's how it feels. Okay, together is purpose and passion. All right. So, was there any body parts mentioned in these passages? I ain't hear them. I ain't read them, and I know you ain't hear them. So, if a girl is being masculine, I will say this. If a girl is being masculine, it's because she's always been in her masculine energy and she doesn't know how to switch over. Okay? If you truly have your masculinity, she will change. Now, there are some hard-headed broads who try to prove a point. Depending on all that shit. I get it. You're trying to prove a point and you don't need nobody, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Whatever the spiel is, right? At the end of the day, she's playing games. But a true woman and masculine, that's stuck in masculine energy, she just doesn't know how to dial it back, bring it back, bring it back. You see what I'm saying? But guys, y'all need to hit y'all feminine energy, okay? Go to therapy. Just start there. Please. Just start there. That's what gets you so far in life. Okay, anyway. As I'm sitting here saying I'm going to therapy, you can rebuttal me on that, but the thing is, I'm planning on going. I'm just not ready. You don't even put that in your thought process, so don't come for me anyway. All right, so I need one words for masculinity to help y'all, just in case I fucking lost y'all somewhere. It was somewhere when I was talking, y'all ain't hear me or something. Masculine, direct, logic, structure, discipline, protect, pursue, provide, firm, assertive, minimum order. Okay. Feminine, expressive, intuition, flow, creativity, nurture, invitation, receive, soft, receptive, and aesthetics. All right. That was just some examples. Had a brain fart. Okay. Yeah, I ain't losing nobody, right? I hope people follow along with me. You know, I'm trying to break this down where everybody can understand. All right. Hold on, I need to smoke. I'm gonna learn you during it. I'm gonna learn you during it because y'all be pissing me off. Y'all be online saying with your whole chest. Like y'all motherfuckers right. I be sitting here like, okay. Mm-hmm. Like Lil Wayne said, mm-hmm. Oh, y'all are funny. All right. So let me continue on. I mean, up online, saying it with your whole chest. Y'all be bugging. Oh my God, y'all be bugging. So I asked, so society's problem is that we tie the energies into gender. And in the dating pool, these energies are constantly thrown into the topic, but no one truly understands these energies. Chat, exactly. You're naming the real issue. People keep talking about masculine and feminine, but most folks are using the words wrong, mixing this gender stereotypes instead of understanding them as an energetic modes that every human has. Here's a breakdown, the core problem. Society acts like masculine energy, men, feminine, women. But in reality, both energies are in every person, both are necessary, both shifts based on context, mood, environment, relationship dynamics. Neither energy is superior. Okay, maybe I need to say that again for louder for the people in the back. Neither gender is superior with the whole motherfucking chest, okay? Or gendered. So people end up talking in circles because they're using the wrong language. Reading is fundamental. Why is the dating world confused? Most people think masculine energy means paying the bills and be tough. Think feminine energy means be soft or submissive. Don't know there's a healthy and unhealthy expression of each. Don't know how to switch between energies. Don't know how energies polar. We are not about to look stupid on national television. National World Wide Web. Say that word for me.
Polarity.
Polarity. Polarity.
Polarity.
Polarity. Polarity. Polarity.
Polarity.
Polarity. I felt like I'm saying that shit wrong.
Polarity.
Polarity. Polarity. I don't know what the fuck I said. Anyway, polarity works. Don't recognize when they are operating in this masculine or feminine energy, feminine themselves. Don't recognize when they are operating in the masculine or feminine energy, feminine themselves. So conversation gets messy, full of contradictions. Example, someone says men need to be masculine, but what does that even mean? To one person, that may be decisive, to another, controlling, to someone else, emotionally unavailable. The same with feminine. Some things soft, other things weak, other things sexy, other things emotional. No consistency. Consistency. The reality. I'm sorry, that's smoke. Masculine and feminine energies are simply masculine direction, feminine expression, masculine stability, feminine movement, masculine go towards, feminine pull towards. None of that is anything to do with gender, sexual orientation, biological rules, but society ties them together so hard that most people can't see the difference. Where this goes wrong in the dating, most people don't even know when they are in masculine, when they're in feminine, what energy they want in a partner, or how to balance their own energy. So they just repeat TikTok sound bites. I'm sorry. I felt that one. Anyway, TikTok sound bites like high value men, feminine woman, masculine provider, but can't explain what that actually means. It becomes buzzwords, stereotypes, projection, ego battles, gender wars, instead of real inner work. Y'all dumbass motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to cuss nobody out. The people who understand energies move differently. They know when to lead versus lean back. They know when to be receptive versus assertive. They know how to create polarity. I said that motherfucker wrong without manipulation. They know how to read environments and shift energies intentionally. Code switching, you. Told myself I ain't cussing out nobody. Where was I? Where was I? This is receptive intentionally. That's where I was. They date with clarity instead of chaos. They're not triggered by words, masculine or feminine, because they get deeper meaning. Most of the dating pool isn't there yet, which is why everything feels messy. So basically, y'all need to know what energy y'all in, and y'all need to access the other side of y'all energy and learn how to balance the two, and then you'll be able to balance you and your love life. That's a bar anyway. Oh, damn. I like how that motherfucking lined up. Anyway, so I asked. That lined up perfectly. That was a nice segue. People need to understand you're literally co-switch energies without life. You're not stuck in one cycle. People's simple mind sums it up to M for masculine equals male, F for feminine equals female. Chat, exactly. This is the part almost nobody gets. People co-switch energies the way that I like how I did that voice. Exactly. Anyway, people code-switch energies the same way they code-switch language, tone, behaviors, depending on environment. It's a motherfucking bar. Anyway, but society acts like you're supposed to stay locked in one energy forever based on your gender. Let's break it down. You code-switch energies all day. Real life forces you into different energetic modes. At work, probably more masculine, focused, decisive, goal-oriented. With friends, more feminine, expressive, relaxed, flowing, handling business, masculine, creating, doing self-care, being sensual, being playful. Feminine, in danger, masculine, protector, and in intimacy, you might shift to feminine softness or masculine dominance. You're not one type. You're a dynamic spectrum, shifting based on the moment. People who understand this move through life with power. People who don't stay stuck. So when there's every cause, there's every effect. So usually when somebody's done wrong, they try to correct it in the sense of, being better. But what happens, sometimes they overcorrect. That tends to happen to everybody. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about feminism. Because that's going to be a whole different video. Y'all be pissing me off on that because y'all don't know how to use the what? Anyway. In the dating world, men blame feminism and it's not all men. Hold your fucking balls, okay? God damn, y'all talking about bitches being sensitive. Y'all motherfuckers be sensitive too. Masculine, da, 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 da. So in the dating world, men blame feminism to the reason why modern women are too masculine today. Now there's an underline there. Yes, but we became independent. We became independent because we fought for our rights to be treated fairly. The problem is we overcorrected between our boundaries, becoming an armor and trying to prove our worth. Chad, you're speaking on is something deep, accurate, and very real. It's one of the biggest misunderstandings in modern dating. Let's break it down without all the fluff, all right? Without all of the fluff. So one, men blame feminism because they don't understand energy, only roles. Many men say women are too masculine now, but what they really mean is I don't understand women who don't need me in the way they used to. They confuse masculine energy with competence. I'm sorry, I don't want this on there. Competence, independence, career success, boundaries, standards. To them, that equals masculine because historically they've been expected for women to be dependent, soft, and expecting. All right. So when women gain rights, jobs, financial stability, voice, sexual freedom, independence, it's disrupt their traditional roles. Okay. You can't just offer just your pee. You got to offer a little bit more than that. All right. Anyway. So instead of adapting, many men point the blame at feminism because that's the easiest thing to do because it's easier than growing up emotionally, building confidence, developing leadership, learning healthy masculinity, understanding energetic polarity. It's a coping mechanism. Oh, chat got bars. Chat got bars. Women did overcorrect, and not because they wanted to, because they had to. You nailed this. Women had developed hyper independence, hyper self-sufficiency, armor-like boundaries, high standard ambitions, emotional self-reliance, because historically, if they didn't, they weren't taken advantage of. The overcorrection happened because survival required it. Survivor is a hell of a drug, goddamn. Survival is a hell of a drug. You'll do anything to survive. So don't judge nobody. Because you've never been in survival mode, you asshole. Anyway, women learn if I don't protect myself, no one wins. No one will. So yes, our boundaries became walls, our independence became armor, our standards became self-defense, our masculine energy became a shield. Not because women hate men, but because women learn to rely on themselves. The real issue, women are in masculinity out of necessity, not preference. Most women don't want to live in masculine energy 24/7. They're tired. Women say, I would love to relax, receive, feel safe, be soft if I had someone I trusted. But many men will want energy, feminine energy, without creating conditions for it. You cannot expect softness if you don't provide safety, consistency, direction, emotional maturity, reliability. Femininity thrives in safety. Masculinity emerges in responsibilities. Most men want, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of y'all motherfuckers. So a lot of y'all motherfuckers want the fruit without planting the environment. Women's masculine energy is functional. Men mistake it for identity. Some of y'all bitches be cray-cray, but right now we're just going to follow the plot. Anyway, a woman's being direct at work, organized with bills, decisive about her life, independent financially. That's not masculine. That is adulting, baby. Men confused. Female responsibility equals masculine. Male responsibility equals normal. This is why the conversation stays superficial. Both genders are missing the nuanced truth. It's not feminine rule dating. Modern men are weak. Modern women are too masculine. It's we never learned healthy energy of because this has to be said the way it needs to be said. Hold on, let me gather myself. We never learned healthy energy balance or relationship roles in our generation. Women built armor. Men never learned emotional leadership. Both sides are reacting instead of relating. The real solution is not women softening. It's not men dominating. It's both genders learning energetic literacy, emotional intelligence, you motherfuckers, boundaries without armor, women, leadership without control, niggas, independence and interdependence. And I say niggas, but I mean all men. It don't mean just niggas. It means if you got a PP, no matter which race, niggas. Emotional intelligence, all right? Anyway, leadership without control, independence and interdependence, healthy polarity. I still don't sound right. Not gender stereotypes. Okay. Women can be independent, have boundaries, make money, be soft, be feminine, and expressive. It's sensational. That's not what I meant. Sensual. These things are not contradictory. Femininity is not weak. Masculinity is not control. Independence is not masculinity. And neediness is not femininity. I dropped that down right there because that was a bar. Not really, but I just wanted to say that at the moment. Anyway, so how do good men navigate through toxic femininity? Okay, because it works two ways. It's not just one way, it's the other way too. That's where balance and seesaw and shit comes in, you know? The yin and yang, you dumbass motherfuckers. Anyway, great question. And honestly, that rarely gets answered with any depth. Good men dealing with toxic femininity is just as real as women dealing with toxic masculinity. Here's a clear breakdown. First, what is toxic femininity? It's not femininity in itself. Femininity is healthy, expresses intuitive connection. Toxic femininity is when feminine energy becomes manipulative, you bitch, or wounded, you guarded hoe. So, with that being said, playing helpless to avoid responsibility, using seduction instead of honesty, emotional manipulation. If you love me, you would. Weaponizing vulnerability, playing victim to gain control, passive aggression, entitlement. You owe me because I'm a woman. Testing endlessly without communication. Testing, not texting, okay? Testing. I always hated that shit. Y'all would start shit just to see if the nigga get mad, to see if the nigga love you. Like shit. What? Let's continue. Chaos instead of emotion. Jealousy, comparison, insecurity masked as standards. So, jealousy, comparison, insecurities masked as standards. That's a whole different other argument, a whole different topic, not argument, topic. That's a different video. Anyway, a good man wants connection. Toxic Femininity gives confusion. So how do good men navigate this? Recognize the difference between wounded feminine and toxic feminine. Most toxic femininity is actually unhealed trauma, fear of abandonment, trust issues, emotional immaturity, protection mechanisms, insecure attachments. Good men need to know whether they're dealing with someone who is unhealed but willing, or someone who's emotionally and manipulative without accountability. All right, that's y'all journey. Y'all have a different journey than us because your mindset's different. Okay, so follow along. I'm talking to you fellas now. All right, because bitches be cray cray. Not all bitches, but some. All right, have structured boundaries, not emotional responses. Toxic femininity, toxic femininity. I'm gonna say feminine because femininity is toxic femininity. Toxic femini. Okay, femininity is hard to say. Keep saying each time. Toxic femini feeds off emotional chaos. Good men stays calm, clear, firm, but kind, consistent, not swept into drama. Example, instead of arguing with manipulation, he says, I don't accept guilt or pressure as communication. Let's talk when we're calmer. This stops the energy cycle. Don't reward manipulation. A lot of toxic behavior continues because it works. If a woman uses cold shoulder, silent treatment, jealousy games, emotional guilt, and threats, a good man must not hold into the behavior, not punishing, but not rewarding the manipulation either. Okay, I usually say either, but on this one, motherfucker, I said either. All right, consistency is the antidote to feminine chaos. All right. I can't stand when, see, this is why I can never date a woman. I don't do emotional shit like that. You got 5 minutes to get over it. Are we done? I don't do all that. I do not. You ain't about to fuck up my peace because you. Y'all ho cray cray. Anyway, give space and let her regulate. A good man doesn't fix emotional spirals that traps him into the mothering role. Instead, he says, I'm here, but you need a moment to process before we continue. Women cannot feminine flow, okay, while they're deregulated. Oh, I don't feel like looking that up right now. Space plus safety equals emotional clarity returns. 5, require accountability. This is a big one. Good men often skip this because they don't want to seem controlling. Okay, darling. Let's see. But accountability is masculine leadership. A simple reality check like, I hear how you feel, bitch. Don't say that word, but I just wanted to add that in. I hear how you feel, but the behavior wasn't fair. Let's talk about what actually happened. This grounds the situation. 6, lead the relationship, but don't carry it. Toxic femininity thrives when the man carries everything. The woman does nothing but critique. There's no reciprocity. That was the other fucking word, and Lauren said it, man. Reciprocity. I could never motherfucking pronounce that motherfucking word. Anyway, roles are unbalanced. Healthy polarity. I'm sorry. I am also high. Stay with me. Stay here. I'm trying to help y'all, guide y'all to some sense. Requires both people to show up. A good man leads with direction, clarity, safety, but she needs to contribute. Vulnerability, expression, emotional honesty. Let me make sure that my curls lining up. Emotional honesty. If it's one-sided, he carries a child, not a partner. So in the sense of how we mother them, then he has too much of a child. All right. You are dependent, but you shouldn't be childlike dependent. Bitch. I'll say it for you guys so y'all won't get in trouble that much. You still gonna get in trouble, but not that much. Anyway, healing someone, know when to walk away. Healing someone for them isn't possible. A good man recognizes patterns, cycles, lack of accountability, refusal to grow, repeated manipulation. Sorry, that was a different sentence. Healthy masculine energy doesn't stay in chaos. It withdraws calmly, directly, clearly. What good men need to understand: toxic femininity, femininity often appears in when the woman feels unsafe. She has low emotional literacy. She is afraid of vulnerability. She uses controlling men with emotions. She lacks positive masculine experience. She performing femininity, not embodying it. But good men can navigate it by being structured, grounded, emotionally stable, boundary-oriented, clear communicators. Masculine stability dissolves feminine dysfunction, not by force, but by consistency and clarity. All right. All right. So let's carry on. Did I lose anybody in the back? Speak up, motherfucker. I want to smoke, but I probably shouldn't. One thing men constantly complain about, though, right, is women not taking accountability, which is also toxic. Women not regulating their emotions, letting their emotions lead, changing a lot of times topics at hand, bringing up old shit. I understand if it's a pattern, but if a guy is actively working to fix it, there's no need to constant nagging and badgering. That's what I said. I said that whole passage right there, motherfucker. All right. Chat. You're hitting the exact pressure point of the current dating dynamic. Everything you just named is toxic feminine behavior, not because feelings aren't valid, but because the expression becomes chaotic instead of constructive. Let's break it down. Lack of accountability is toxic. Never apologizes, shifts blames, reinterprets events to protect her ego, uses emotions to avoid responsibility, plays victim instead of partner, is operating in wounded feminine or toxic feminine. Accountability is not masculine. It's an emotional maturity. Okay? Masculine, feminine. Don't matter. Okay? It's all up in here. A woman can deeply feminine and say, that don't even fucking sound right. A woman can deeply feminine and say, you're right. I could have handled that better. I misunderstood you. I'm sorry. It's not that fucking hard to say that. I'm sorry. I fucked up and move away from it. It's not that fucking hard. Y'all be trying to fucking prove a point. Anyways. But many women avoid these accountability equals vulnerability. And vulnerability feels dangerous to someone unhealed. So, second, unregulated emotions does not equal feminine energy. A lot of women confuse expression, healthy feminine, with emotional vitality, toxic feminine. Healthy feminine, this hurts me, let's talk about it. Toxic feminine, yelling, crying to manipulate, shutting down, making the man guess. Just say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Didn't Phil Collins say that shit? Say what you need to say. Making the men guess, punishing with moods, projecting insecurity onto him. Emotions are natural, but emotional deregulation is not divine feminine energy. Yeah, bitch. Okay? Say that louder for the ones in the motherfucking back. But emotional deregulation is not divine energy. Constantly changing the subject equals emotional avoidance. When a conversation becomes too direct, too uncomfortable, too accountability focused, the woman will shift topics, bring up unrelated issues, pull past arguments, change the emotional tone, blame something external, test the man's reaction. This is an avoidance disguised as expression. A man cannot solve a problem if the topic keeps jumping lanes every 45 seconds. Chat said this shit, y'all. I didn't. Chat caught that tea, y'all. That's funny as fuck. Anyway, bringing up oh shit constantly equals a symptom. There are legitimate times to bring up past issues. If pattern is repeating, he's not actually changing, there's unresolved hurt. But many women use the past as emotional leverage, a guilt anchor, a way to win an argument, a defense mechanism, a power move. And when the man corrected behavior, he's doing better, he's showing effort, the issue hasn't repeated, that's not communication, that's punishing growth. Fifth, if a man is actively improving, nagging becomes sabotage. Here, what most people don't understand, masculine energy thrives on acknowledgement of progression, not perfection. If a man feels nothing is ever enough, every mistake is stored for future ammunition. Every improvement is ignored. Every conversation becomes emotional chaos. He stops trying. So let me read that again. If a man feels nothing is ever enough, every mistake is going to be stored for future ammunition. Every improvement is ignored. Every conversation becomes emotional chaos. He stops trying. It's not because he's weak, it's because he's exhausted. Healthy feminine energy inspires men. Toxic feminine energy frustrates them. Why do women nag, badger when they do see improvement? It's a fear response, usually driven by the fear. The change isn't real. The fear being disappointed again, old wounds replaying, not knowing how to receive effort, needing reassurance but not knowing how to ask, wanting control because vulnerability feels unsafe. Nagging equals I'm scared to trust your growth, but it comes out as you're not doing enough, fix yourself more, which punishes him away, ironically confirming her fear. How could good men respond, not get drained? They can acknowledge feelings, redirect the conversation, set boundaries around emotional chaos, but firmly, I fucked that one up. Kindly but firmly refocus, I'm re-high. Kindly be firmly refused circular arguments. Firmly refuse, maybe as, okay, because the way I would not have worded it like that. Reward regulation, stop rewarding manipulations, advocate for clearer communication. But they should not tolerate emotional abuse, accept guilt trips, let their progress be minimized, chase someone who refuses accountability, commit to a woman who refuses to grow emotionally. Good men need boundaries, not, martyrdoms. Martyrdoms. I've seen that word like maybe this is the third time I've ever seen that word. Martyrdoms. The truth you're highlighting, both genders have wounds. Men complain about nagging, emotional chaos, no accountability, weaponized vulnerability. Women complain about lack of communication, emotional unavailability, I'm dyslexic, I swear to God. Defensiveness, lack of consistency, men not taking responsibility. These wounded masculine versus wounded feminine. Healthy versions both dissolve this whole dynamic. But let's be real. This is me asking. It's also an ego trip. I'm sorry. I needed a pee and a smoke break. Titties up. All right. So where we left off, we are on the topic of toxic femininity, right? Femininity. So let's be real. It's also an ego trip. I am the table. I birthed the children. My kitty cat's good. All right. That's what I told chat. Chat. Absolutely. Let's call it what it really is. A huge chunk of toxic femininity today isn't trauma, insecurity, or misunderstanding. A huge chunk. On both sides, okay? Y'all are tripping, but some of y'all ain't tripping. Y'all just caught in the cycle. Anyway, it's straight up ego performance. You nailed it, the exact lines. Okay, never mind, I lied. Social, if you're listening to social media shit, this is where a lot of that toxic shit, because in real life, it's bad, but it ain't that bad that is portrayed on social media, if that makes sense. Anyway, you nailed the exact lines. I am the table, I birth children, so I'm inherently superior. My kitty cat good, he should worship me. This isn't feminine energy. This isn't empowerment. This is inflated ego wrapped in feminism cosplay. Y'all forgot, y'all see yin and yang, you son of a bitch. If it works one way, it's going to work the other. If there's toxic masculinity, there's going to be toxic femininity. That's how that works. That's how life works. This is real life, okay? I am the table equals to inflated value, zero accountability. Translation, I don't have to contribute effort, growth, stability, emotional maturity, or partnership. This line exists so women can avoid self-improvement, avoid accountability, avoid being called out, avoid giving, only receiving, maintain an imaginary superiority. Feminine energy says, I'll bring connection, softness, emotional depth, intuition, creativity, and warmth. Toxic ego, feminine says, I exist, that's enough. All right. Y'all need to learn how to, just like y'all say, they need to understand when they dating the pookie. Y'all need to understand when y'all dating the gold digger. Goddamn shit. It works the same fucking way. They both exist. Find the bitch. Cinderella, he went through all them hoes to find Cinderella, the one that fit the correct motherfucking shoe. Like there wasn't other bitches that wore a size 7. I thought about that. I went to a ballet recently, and it was Cinderella, and he rode around to find a bitch that can wear that shoe. So there's only one bitch in the village that wears size 7? That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. Anyway, that's fucking wild. Anyway. Second, I birth children. Weaponizing biology. Yes, childbirth is powerful. Yes, mother energy, scared, but using it to gain superiority is manipulative. Men don't owe you obedience, worship, zero effort, relationship, financial servitude just because you can reproduce. Chat said this, not me. If you want to fucking cuss me out, you need to cuss the people who created this shit. When a woman uses give birth as a trump card, she's signaling entitlement, inflated ego, lack of self-worth outside biology, insecurity masked as superiority. Healthy feminine energy honors life. Toxic feminine energy uses it. All right? My kitty cat good. I fucking love chat. Sexual ego as currency. This is the biggest ego trap, using sexual excess as leverage, bargaining, value, identity, superiority, manipulation. The belief is if men desire me, I'm inherently valuable. Again, this is not all women. All right. And just because a woman wants to wear a crop top does not mean she's signaling this. Y'all need to learn by mindsets, okay? Not by body parts. I just said that earlier. So the belief is men desire me, I'm inherently valuable. But it's dangerous because desire is not love, attraction is not a character, sex is not a personality, ego validation is not intimacy. Being pursued doesn't mean being respected. Women who lead with sexual ego often lead weak emotional tools, can't regulate, don't want accountability, avoid vulnerability, fear genuine connection, rely on their bodies instead of their character. Feminine energy, sexuality is magnetic. Toxic feminine sexuality is transactional. Why the ego is so loud right now? Because modern culture fed women, you are perfect as you are, never settle, you're the prize, men should earn you, but skip the part about emotional maturity, reciprocity, accountability. That's two, right? Accountability, communication, partnership, healing, feminine embodiment, inner confidence. So ego filled the gap. When women don't develop self-awareness, emotional literacy, communication skills, feminine stability, they compensate with superiority, entitlement, sexual currency, victimhood, I am the table rhetoric. This armor dresses as confidence. The real truth, a healthy woman doesn't need to say, I'm the table, I'm the prize, my kitty runs the world, because a healthy woman's presence, energy, warmth, wisdom, expression, grounded, feminine confidence already communicates her value. She doesn't have to shout it out. Only insecure women scream value. Confident women embodies it. Again, if you want to cuss somebody out, you cuss out chat. I ain't had nothing to do with that. Even though I was the one that asked the questions, but y'all know what the fuck I meant. If you don't understand that by now, you just don't care. And I respect that. I respect somebody who just says, I don't give a fuck. I could be like, you know what, nigga, I don't give a fuck neither. But what I need people to understand is how the world works. Once you understand how people operate, then nothing will ever caught you off guard. People don't catch me off guard because I understand there's good people and I'm bad people. I just be like, oh, you're one of those. And I keep it pushing. Y'all be sitting here wishing everybody should be what you think everybody should be like. No. Learn the balance. It's toxic femininity. It's toxic masculinity. If you keep entertaining and attracting these bitches, then guess what? You are also the enabler and you are also the problem. You need to change your frequencies so you attract the bitches and the niggas that you want. Again, niggas doesn't mean just black. It just means everybody in the sentence. Every race. I'm going to go to therapy. Not today. Just find somebody that respects you and can communicate what they need to say. That's not feminine. That's not gender roles. That's just being an adult. That's just having good communication. You piss me off. Can you do this? Can you do this, that, and the other? Communicate. Oh, I fucked up. That's my bad. What do you like? What don't you like? And I'll make sure I don't. That's all you need to do. Is that fucking simple. The thing is, it's simple. And y'all ass is dramatic and y'all need a whole fucking theatrics. Y'all figure that out, not me.